Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss the thermodynamics continuation part, that is enthalpy of solution. In that word itself having the meaning solution means solution is the homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. We know already that. That means here enthalpy of a solution of a substance is enthalpy change when 1 mole of substance dissolved in a specified amount of solvent. When 1 mole of substance is dissolved in specified amount of solvent, during that process, how much enthalpy is changed? That we can call as what? Enthalpy of solution. This enthalpy of solution we can denote it with delta H naught solution. Process is solution, so that's why delta H naught SOL we can represent. Okay, na? So enthalpy of solution means the enthalpy change when 1 mole of a substance dissolved in a specified amount of solvent. Suppose if you add infinite dilution, if you apply infinite dilution means you have added a more and more amount of solvent. Then what will happen? You see that the enthalpy of at infinite dilution is the enthalpy change observed on dissolving the substance in an infinite amount of solvent. Infinite amount of solvent, if you add the little amount of solute, then what will happen now? When the interactions between the ions or solute molecules will become less or negligible, we can say, students. Because on dilution means the interactions between the ions may be considerable, but on infinite dilution means the ion-ion gap will be very large. Then automatically the interaction between positively charged ion, negatively charged ion is very less, negligible compared to with water concentrated solution. Right? So in case of ionic substances means ions will form in the solution. If it is a non-ionic substances, covalent substances means solute molecules only will present, right? So that's why I have written all solute molecules. So that is nothing but enthalpy of at infinite dilution. What is the meaning of enthalpy of infinite dilution? Here two definitions are there. One is enthalpy of solution and other one is what? This is enthalpy of solution. This is enthalpy of at infinite dilution. Enthalpy of solution at infinite dilution. Enthalpy of solution at infinite dilution, right? This is enthalpy of solution at infinite dilution. Meaning is what? The enthalpy change observed on dissolving the substance in an infinite amount of solvent when the interactions between the ions are negligible, right? And when an ionic compound dissolves in a solvent, the ions leave their ordered positions of the crystal lattice. In crystal lattice, how the ions are arranged? The ions are fixed rigidly in their positions. So suppose that ionic crystal you have dissolved in water, NaCl only you have dissolved in water. Initially NaCl is solid. Solid means the ions are fixed rigidly in their positions. Whenever you have added in water, what will happen? The ions leave their ordered positions, right or not? The ions leave their ordered positions on the crystal lattice. Now these are free in motion, right? In the solution, right? But solvation of these ions also occurs at the same time. Not only here enthalpy of solution, that is when an ionic compound dissolves in a solvent, ions leave their ordered positions on the crystal lattice. That is one thing. And one more is what? Here solvation also occurs at the same time. Solvation also occurs. Solvation means here if you take the water as a solvent, then we have to call that is a hydration. What is the hydration means? Hydration is nothing but when 1 mole of a substance dissolved in water, what will happen? The ions move freely in the solutions, right? That means the ions leaves their ordered positions and they can move freely in the solution. Along with that, what we have to observe means whatever the ions are formed in the solutions, the ions are associated by water molecules. The ions are associated by water molecules. That phenomena we can call as what? A hydration phenomena, right? Hydration. So hydration also occurs. That means hydration enthalpy is also important. Not only lattice enthalpy. This is what? When an ionic compound dissolves in a solvent, the ions leave their ordered positions on the crystal lattice. At that situation, whatever the enthalpy change we have observed, that is lattice enthalpy. What is the meaning of lattice enthalpy? The enthalpy change when 1 mole of a compound dissolved in when 1 mole of ionic crystal dissolved in given amount of water, right? That is lattice enthalpy. Not only lattice enthalpy, along with the lattice enthalpy, hydration enthalpy is also occurs at the same time. So because of that reason, here enthalpy of solution is nothing but not only lattice enthalpy. In addition to lattice enthalpy, we have to consider hydration enthalpy, students. So this total process I have written in diagrammatic manner. You have to observe here. Suppose AB is a sum of the substance. Any substance you can consider. Just you have dissolved in water. Then it will be converting into what? A plus aqueous medium, B minus aqueous medium. Then whatever the enthalpy change we have observed, that enthalpy change we can call as what? Enthalpy of solution, which is denoted by delta H naught SOL. This is the direct process. This is the direct process. But according to Hess law, the reaction may take place in one step or in several steps also. What are the intermediate steps during the formation of these ions from this compound means? First, AB solid, whatever the solid substance we have added in water, that solid substance should dissociate into gaseous state, ions. Ions should be in the gaseous state. Then only these will be converting into what? Aqueous medium. So, first of all, this solid substance, how it will be converting into gaseous ions? Gaseous ions, that we are going to discuss now. That only this process we can call as what? Lattice enthalpy. What is the lattice enthalpy? How do we calculate lattice enthalpy in case of NaCl crystal? We will discuss now. Then, whenever we have converted this substance into gaseous ions, in the presence of water, it will be converting into what? Easily aqueous medium. That process we can call as what? Hydration enthalpy. Gaseous ions will be converting into what? Aqueous ions means during that change, whatever the enthalpy change we have observed, that enthalpy change we can call as what? Hydration enthalpy. That means in the formation of enthalpy of solution, two intermediate processes we can identify. One is what? Lattice enthalpy, and other one is what? Hydration enthalpy. So that's why according to Hess law, what we can write? Enthalpy of solution is equals to what? Lattice enthalpy plus hydration enthalpy. So what is the lattice enthalpy? What is the hydration enthalpy? We are going to discuss now, students. Okay, now copy this one. Let us see, students. Here for most of the ionic compounds, enthalpy of solution is positive. Actually, enthalpy of solution may be positive or negative also. But most of the compounds generally we get enthalpy of solution is positive. In very rare cases you may get negative. And dissolution process, whatever the dissociation process is, we have got, that is endothermic process. Whenever the substance is dissolved in water, that substance is dissociated into ions, right? That process we can call as what here? Endothermic process. Endothermic process is nothing but the process in which the absorption of heat is taking place, right? So that's why it is endothermic, and the delta H solution is positive here. The solubility of most of the salts in water increases with rise of temperature. Suppose if any substance is not dissolved in water, suppose if you raise the temperature, then the solubility will increase. We know already that. If the lattice enthalpy is very high, the dissolution of the compound may not occur at all. If the lattice enthalpy is very high, lattice enthalpy is nothing but what? The amount of energy is required to break a crystal lattice into constituent ions, right? That is called what? The lattice enthalpy. If lattice enthalpy is very high means forcefully we are breaking the bond between the ions of that crystal. Then automatically lattice enthalpy is very high. Then the lattice enthalpy is very high means that will not soluble that much easily in the given solvent, students. See that why it will not soluble also I am going to discuss. If the lattice enthalpy is very high, the dissolution of the compound may not occur at all. This is the reason that fluorides are generally less soluble than corresponding chlorides, because fluorine is more electronegative in nature. It can easily bounded by other ions. It can easily bounded by other ions with the strong electrostatic forces. So because of that reason we cannot able to break the bond between the positively charged ion and negatively charged fluorine, right? So because of that reason here in case of fluorides, you will get lattice enthalpy is very high than compared with the chloride ions. So because of that reason, here lattice enthalpy of chlorides are very high. So because of that reason, these chlorides dissolution may not occur at all, or else very less soluble in the given amount of water compared with water chlorides, we can say, students. So for example, based on this only I am going to discuss here. Here enthalpy of solution means we have discussed it is the sum of lattice enthalpy and hydration enthalpy. Lattice enthalpy is nothing but the amount of energy is required. The amount of energy is required to break 1 mole of crystal into its constituent ions is nothing but what lattice enthalpy. And hydration enthalpy is nothing but what the amount of energy is released or absorbed when 1 mole of compound is associated by water in the solution, right? That is nothing but what hydration enthalpy. Here, why alkali metal salt like Na2SO4 is soluble in water, whereas alkaline earth metal salt BaSO4 is insoluble. Here BaSO4, in BaSO4 barium ion came from secondary group elements, that is alkaline earth metal. In Na2SO4 sodium ion came from first year group element, that is alkali metals, right? So alkali metal salts are soluble in water, whereas alkaline earth metal salt like BaSO4 is insoluble. Why? Because BaSO4 lattice enthalpy is very high compared with Na2SO4. In Na2SO4, here the enthalpy of solution depends on not only lattice enthalpy, it is also depending upon hydration enthalpy also. If you observe Na2SO4 lattice enthalpy and the hydration enthalpy dominates than lattice enthalpy. Hydration enthalpy dominates than lattice enthalpy. So that's why the lattice enthalpy of Na2SO4 is less than the hydration enthalpy, whereas in case of BaSO4 lattice enthalpy of BaSO4 is very high compared with the hydration enthalpy. So hydration enthalpy, whatever the hydration enthalpy we have got, that hydration enthalpy released is not sufficient to break the lattice, and it remains unstable, insoluble, students. So why BaSO4 lattice enthalpy is very high means because here bivalent charge, barium ion charge is what? Bivalent, +2 charge. So as the charge increases, lattice enthalpy also increases, students. As the charge of the metal ion increases, lattice enthalpy also increases. Here you observe this is monovalent ion only, Na+1 only. Here Ba+2 charge. So because of bivalent charge, this lattice enthalpy is very high compared with the hydration enthalpy. So whatever the hydration enthalpy is released, it is not sufficient to break the lattice. So because of that reason, it is insoluble, we can say, students, right? So here enthalpy of solution or else any compound you have taken, whether it is soluble in water or not, how do we identify means by using the values of hydration enthalpy and lattice enthalpy. In which compound lattice enthalpy value is lower than hydration enthalpy. If hydration enthalpy value is more than lattice enthalpy, then that compound easily soluble in water, we can say, students. If hydration enthalpy value is lower than lattice enthalpy dominates than hydration enthalpy, in such cases the compounds do not soluble in water, we can say. I hope everybody understood how the compound will soluble and all, right? So what is the meaning of lattice enthalpy we are going to discuss now. Copy this one. Let us see, students, lattice enthalpy, how do we calculate, we will see. The lattice enthalpy of an ionic compound is an enthalpy change which occurs when 1 mole of an ionic compound dissociated into its ions in the gaseous state. That enthalpy change generally we call as what? Lattice enthalpy. Or else we have one more definition already we have discussed in the previous chapters. The amount of energy is required to break 1 mole of crystal into its constituent ions is also nothing but what? Lattice enthalpy. And one more definition we have, that is the amount of energy is released when 1 mole of compound is formed from its constituent elements is called what? Lattice enthalpy. You can also take this also one of the definition. Lattice enthalpy in an ionic compound is the enthalpy change which occurs when 1 mole of ionic compound dissociated into its constituent ions in the gaseous state. For example, NaCl crystal I have taken, the crystal lattice I have taken, solid substance. it will be dissociated into Na plus and Cl minus N. Dissociation process na, so the amount of energy is required. So that's why lattice enthalpy will get positive. Suppose if it is a reverse process, NaCl is formed from its constituent ions means, then you will get negative sign. Magnitude will be same, but negative sign you will get the lattice enthalpy. So that's why lattice enthalpy may be positive or negative also. Like enthalpy of solution is also may be positive or negative also. Okay na? So this is about lattice enthalpy meaning. So this lattice enthalpy we cannot calculate directly, but we can calculate indirectly by using a Born-Haber cycle. Born-Haber cycle. So how do we calculate this lattice enthalpy by using Born-Haber cycle? We will see that, students. Suppose NaCl formation, 1 mole of NaCl is formed from its constituent elements, right? According to enthalpy of formation. What is the meaning of enthalpy of formation? The enthalpy change when 1 mole of compound is formed from its constituent elements. So 1 mole of compound I have taken, NaCl compound I have taken. This NaCl compound came from sodium and the chlorine elements. So sodium elementary form is Na. What is the most common physical state of sodium? Solid. So that's why solid I have taken, right? Here chlorine. Chlorine most common physical state is gaseous form only. Yes, gaseous form. But chlorine is available in the form of Cl only? No, Cl2. It is available in the form of Cl2. But how many chlorines are present in the product side? Only one. So that's why I have taken half mole. Na plus Cl2 gives rise to NaCl. This is enthalpy of formation. What is the enthalpy of formation of sodium chloride from its constituent elements means? This is the value, standard value. Enthalpy of formation symbol is what? Delta H0F is equals to minus 411.2 kilojoule per mole. This is what enthalpy of formation. Yes. Now we know how do we convert into gaseous ions first of all. How do we convert into gaseous ions? Here, sodium is available in the solid substance. It is not in the gaseous substance, right? So first we have to try to convert this sodium solid substance to gaseous substance. How do we convert? Through sublimation process, right? What is the meaning of sublimation? The process in which the solid substance will be directly converting into what? Gaseous substance. During that process, whatever the enthalpy change we have observed, that enthalpy change we can call as what? Enthalpy of sublimation. Enthalpy of sublimation of sodium is plus 108.4 kilojoule per mole. Enthalpy of sublimation symbol is what? Delta H0 SUP, right? And sodium is now it is available in the gaseous state. Now we can observe how do we convert sodium to sodium ion? By using ionization enthalpy, ionization energy. What is the meaning of ionization energy? The amount of energy is required to remove an electron from an isolated neutral gaseous atom. Now it is available in the gaseous atom. It is available in the form of gaseous atom. Then we can able to remove the electron. Here we cannot able to remove the electron because it is available in the solid state. What is the meaning of ionization energy? The amount of energy is required to remove an electron from an isolated neutral gaseous atom. This is gaseous atom only, right? You can remove one electron, then it will be converting into Na+. So this change in enthalpy we can call as what? Enthalpy change in ionization process, ionization energy process, right? So that's why I have taken here delta H0 I. I means ionization energy. What is the value of this? Amount of energy is required, so positive sign. Plus 495.6 kilojoule per mole amount of energy. These Born-Haber cycle values are important because they will not give. If it is a board examination point of view means definitely you have to learn. If it is competitive examination point of view means they will give. Don't worry about that. Plus 495.6 kilojoule per mole amount of energy is required to convert sodium to sodium ion. Now we have converted Na plus gaseous state. Yes. Now coming to the point of chlorine, molecular state it is available. So if you want to convert this chlorine to Cl minus ion, definitely we have to use the term that is electron gain enthalpy or else electron affinity. What is the electron affinity? The amount of energy is released when one electron is added to the neutral isolated gaseous atom, right? Neutral isolated gaseous atom. Separate atom we have to take, but this is present in elementary state, molecular state. That you should convert into what? Atomic state, right? So See here, Cl bond is present here. Cl2 means what? Cl bond is present. If you want to break the bond between chlorine, some amount of energy is required. That energy we can call as what? Bond dissociation enthalpy. So what is the bond dissociation enthalpy of this Cl2 means? Cl2, 1 mole means 242 kilojoule. 1 mole means what is the change in enthalpy of bond dissociation enthalpy of Cl2 means 242 kilojoule per mole. 242 kilojoule per mole na? For 1 mole. For 1 mole 242 means for half mole how much? 121 kilojoule per mole. For 1 mole 242 kilojoule per mole amount of energy is required to convert into atoms. But for half mole means in that half, that is what 121 kilojoule per mole amount of energy is required, right? Yes. Now we have converted into atomic state. Now you can apply electron gain enthalpy. What is the electron gain enthalpy? The amount of energy is released when an electron is added to the neutral isolated gaseous atom, right? Neutral isolated gaseous atom. You can add an electron. Some amount of energy is released. Released means negative sign. How much amount of energy is released? Minus 348.6 kilojoule per mole. Right? Now we have converted into Cl minus ion. So to convert sodium to sodium ion, Cl to Cl minus ion, how many processes are taking place? You see that. Sublimation process, ionization energy, here bond dissociation enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy. Now this is present, this is available in the form of gaseous state. Yes. This Na plus ion and Cl minus ion will combine and it produce what? NaCl crystal, right? So the amount of energy is released when the crystal lattice is formed from its constituent ions, right? Amount of energy is released here. Delta H naught lattice value will get in the negative sign. Here formation, this is the reverse reaction, that's why we have got positive sign, right? So how do we calculate this enthalpy, lattice enthalpy? By using the knowledge of these terms. One is enthalpy of formation and remaining sublimation, ionization energy, bond dissociation enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy. By using these 5 terms, we can calculate lattice enthalpy. How do we calculate lattice enthalpy? By using a Hess law. We will see that, students. Now, okay, copy this. Let us see, students, after completion of this cycle, Born-Haber cycle, you can apply Hess law. Hess law means what? The formation, enthalpy of formation of any compound may take place in a single step or in multiple steps, right? Several steps. So now we will see that. For example, enthalpy of formation of NaCl in single step means this is the single step. So it may take place in another manner via different steps also. What are that? Means this enthalpy of formation is also equals to enthalpy of sum of all these steps, right? What are the steps? Delta H naught sublimation plus delta H naught IV, that is ionization enthalpy, delta H naught bond dissociation enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy along with the lattice enthalpy. This is according to Hess law we can write. According to Hess law, this is the correct formula we have to use, right? Instead of this one in single step, if you go via different steps, this is the formula we have to apply, right? Now you can substitute the values, whatever the values I have given to you. Enthalpy of formation is minus 411.2, sublimation is 108.4, ionization enthalpy is 495.6, bond dissociation enthalpy is 121, electron gain enthalpy is minus sign, minus 348.6, lattice enthalpy we have to calculate. Then after substituting all these values, I have got the lattice enthalpy value, that is minus 787.6 kilojoule per mole squares. This is the correct value actually. This is approximately equals to what? Minus 788 kilojoule per mole. You may ask a question here. In the previous case, you have discussed lattice enthalpy is plus 788 kilojoule per mole. Now you have got negative sign. So this negative sign, this is for what? Na plus Cl minus gives rise to NaCl. Na plus Cl minus gives rise to NaCl value is this, right? But this is the reverse reaction. So here what I am going to tell you means NaCl will be converting into Na plus Cl minus. This is solid substance, will be converting into gaseous. Here lattice enthalpy. What is the lattice enthalpy means? This is plus 788 kilojoule per mole only. This is correct only. Suppose if you take reverse reaction. What is the reverse reaction here? Na plus gaseous stage plus Cl minus gaseous stage gives us to NaCl solid I have taken number. Here lattice enthalpy if you want to take. Lattice enthalpy if you want to take, then how much you will get? Same value only, but a negative sign you will get. Minus 788 kilojoule per mole. See here lattice will be converting into what? Its gaseous ions. Here lattice is formed from its gaseous ions. Reverse process. So that's why negative sign here. Here it is positive sign. I hope everybody understood this Born-Haber cycle. Okay, now you have to follow this. Okay, copy this one. Let us see, students. For 1 mole of NaCl solid, if you take, what is the lattice enthalpy value we have got means plus 788 kilojoule per mole. This we cannot calculate indirectly. We can calculate indirectly by using Born-Haber cycle that already we have calculated. And hydration enthalpy they have measured and they have got the value minus 784 kilojoule per mole amount of energy. What is the hydration enthalpy? You may ask a question. Because of that reason I have written here note. What is that means? Heat is released when ions get solvated or hydrated by solvent molecules. Ions get solvated whenever the ions are present in the water, solvent, right? The enthalpy change of this process when the gaseous ions get solvated or hydrated is called what? Hydration enthalpy, right? So first of all, AB solid if you take, that AB solid will be converting into what? A plus and B minus ions. If it is in gaseous state, if it is formed, then we will get what? Lattice enthalpy, that is. These ions, when you have dissolved in water, then these ions will be converting into aqueous medium. Whatever the enthalpy change we have got, that is the hydration enthalpy, students. That means here, enthalpy of solution is the sum of this lattice enthalpy as well as hydration enthalpy, right? AB solid will be converting into its gaseous ions is lattice enthalpy. That ions will be converting into aqueous medium means that is called what? Hydration enthalpy, students, right? So now we are going to discuss about enthalpy of solution. It is the sum of lattice enthalpy plus hydration enthalpy. These values you can substitute. You will get this plus 4 kilojoule per mole. This is very less value. So the dissolution of NaCl is accompanied by very little heat change. This is about what? Enthalpy of solution, students, right? Here we have discussed different types of thermochemical equations. What are those? Enthalpy of solution, enthalpy of sublimation, enthalpy of fusion, enthalpy of vaporization, enthalpy of formation, right? Change in enthalpy of the reaction. Many terms we have discussed. Whether all these terms are belongs to endothermic or exothermic, some are exothermic, some are endothermic, some are both exothermic and endothermic. What is the meaning of exothermic and endothermic reactions? We will see in the next video, students. Thank you all. Copy this.